Hey, what the hell's going on, you guys? It is Stupid Player Negative AE, and welcome back to another episode of Higurashi When They Cry. Uh, Last we left off, we had just kind of been late for school, I guess, and that's where we met Tomitaki and Takano. And now we are at the school, but really late. I think it's like lunchtime or something. All the kids are playing. Yeah, playing freely in the schoolyard. So who knows? We'll see. Let's just jump into it. A few of them had run out of the school building after putting on their shoes and tapping their toes to the ground. It looked like they had just finished eating lunch. From a time manipulating standpoint, I guess I succeeded.
前原さん、大丈夫なんですか？
A few girls noticed me and came running over. It was only natural they were worried. You'd think if someone wasn't there in the morning, they'd be out the rest of the day.
まあ、気にしないでくれ。それより、聡子はどうだ？今日は来てるか？
The girls exchanged glances. I saw a thin shadow fall over their faces and knew the answer without needing to hear a reply, or to hear them reply. The Toko was absent today too. When all was said and done, after being out 3 days, she'd only come back for one. And now she was out again. Who knew if she would come tomorrow? Yeah.
でも、聡子ちゃんから電話があったって先生言ってました。
Chia Sensei said, everyone okay. Wait a minute, Chia Sensei. A little too thick-headed, don't you think? You're a teacher, aren't you? Why can't you be more sensitive and catch on to the fact that your pupil is sending out an SOS? But even if she did, there was nothing we could hope for. The most she could do was a home visitation. She didn't have the right to take Satoko from her uncle into safety. No matter the result, it would end up just like the public agencies with a wait-and-see attitude. It would just piss Satoko's uncle off, and her suffering would only grow deeper. Then, wasn't saying she had a cold the best option?
そうだな。みんなも風邪に気をつけ。もう行っていいぞ。昼休みはまだ長いぞ。
The girls excitedly scattered into the schoolyard.
圭一くん。
Anna was yelling out the classroom window, waving her hand. A moment later, Mion and Rika poked their heads out too.
圭一までお休みしましたから、とても心配。でもよかった。顔色もそんなに悪くないし、とりあえず元気そう。
I felt a little uncomfortable with her saying that I didn't look sick, but I didn't care that much.
どうしたの？寝坊？
遅刻は遅刻だろ。それとも、電車の事故で遅刻したとでも言えば。
寝坊？
Well, maybe she didn't have it in for me, so I briefly stated that she was right. Odd.
まだね、お弁当あるよ。
It's odd that she cares so much.
みんなで食べよう。やっぱりね、圭一くんがいないと盛り上がらないよね。
聡子は休みなんだな。
Even Rena, feigning cheerfulness, couldn't stand to hear that her face darkened.
朝、電話があったらしい。風邪がぶり返したから、また休むってさ。長引くかもしれないって言ってた。かわいそうなので、みんなでお見舞いに行こうという話が出ていますのですよ。
Hold on, I need to reread all of this. This is when the kids you were here. Satoko is still absent, honey. Even Rena feigning cheerfulness. Huh? Called this morning. Apparently, she said her cold came back, and she said, "Huh." Not pleased with Rico Chan wearing a wide smile. I thought I understood everything, like I didn't. We know best of all she doesn't have a cold, don't we? Don't ever tell a fib like that. What the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with my character? What is wrong with my character? Bird her brow, looked down, and mumbled an apology.
圭一君だけじゃないよ。みんな辛いよ。
It's like the second time.
俺だけが悩んで、でもみんな何もできないのは本当だろ。
それはそうだけど。でも。
Got the feeling it would cause another fight if this exchange went on, so I
ごめん
apologize first.
謝るから。今の話は辛いのはみんな。
At least it was clear, however, that I was the only one who had worried so much about rescuing her. The F doesn't matter if you're. It's not like a contest. It's not like I worried about this person more, so I'm a better friend. Get out of here. At the very least, everyone else probably got the normal amount of sleep last night. What the crap is wrong with my character? Probably had good dreams, too. They definitely hadn't stayed up all night thinking so desperately.
投稿してきていきなりこんなこと聞いて、ケイちゃん、今日、さとこが今日欠席したこととは。
は？ミオ、お前、なんな。
ケイちゃんはたまに、ちょっとつ盲信な。今朝、さとこと一緒に、さとこを家から連れ出して、どこかにかくまったんじゃないかって。
He was thinking about it,
本気で
dude.
思った。
Easy for you to say. If I could have, I'd done that last night. Nothing really thought about how difficult that clear as day solution was. I was up all night thinking until the night was brightening. Then I concluded that I couldn't do anything of the
バ
sort.
カか。人間一人かくまうなんてできるもんかい。
そうだね。ごめん。気を悪くしたなら謝るよ。
No, but he was going to, though.
別にいいよ。それより飯にしようぜ。腹が減ってんだ。
Took my bento box out of my bag. Everyone moved to make a spot for me to sit.
前原君、今来たんですか？
Just as I was about to stick my chopsticks in, Chie sensei came along.
遅刻してすみません。寝坊しまして。なんだよ一体。
What the heck? Even the teacher was giving me that strange look.
お弁当を食べたら、ちょっとお話がありますので。
Probably about Satoko, I thought. Sensei left it at that and went back out into the hallway.
弁当を食うまでも行こうぜ、ミオ。
そうだね。
Yana and I exchanged looks, nodded to each other, and got up.
さとこちゃんの話だろうね。
Read about it. They were saying she had a cold, but everyone in the class knew the truth. I didn't think that wouldn't have reached the teacher's ears by now.
僕がずっととぼけるので、僕に聞くのをやめたのでしょう。
Revealing the truth to the teacher would only worsen the situation. Is that why she hasn't said anything? Because she was Satoko's friend and to get her brother to come home.
どうする？
I think it's neither of those. I don't
今
know.
のうちに私たちなりの統一見解を出した方がいいかもね。
Part of me wants to be cynical about it and that she didn't tell the teacher because she like hates Satoko secretly or some shit.
リカちゃんはどうしたい？
That's what we think, right? It could just be an act, actually. To be honest with you. It didn't come close to the amount of time they'd spent together, so I felt like her opinion should be held in the highest regard. I know why Satoko is enduring her uncle's torture. Everyone looked startled and turned to me.
昔のサトコは辛いことが。でも結局そのせいで兄が逃げてしまったんだとサトコは思う。
誰に聞いたのかな？
監督か。
でもそんな思い込みとサトシが帰ってくるのは全く無関係なことだ。サトコには悪いがそれが現実だ。
Everyone hung their heads. Everyone was thinking the same thing. Are we though?
サトコは 多分自分一人の力で耐え忍びたい。でもそれを尊重してやるのが果たして正しいだろうか。
I'm making a lot of assumptions about this whole situation.
俺は一時聡子に恨まれることになろうと、聡子、俺はそれが今じゃないかと思ってる。
Told them all about what I saw and how I felt when I went to Satoko's house yesterday.
圭一君は話すべきだと思ってるってことだね。
Of course, after all, we're only after we're sure that reporting it to a public agency will guarantee her safety. Without being sure of that, it could just get more dangerous for her instead. A difficult problem. You think we can get a definite promise out of the teacher? I have no confidence, but we had to try. Meanwhile, Rika-chan had her hand raised for a while, as if asking for an opportunity to speak.
圭一に任せます。
いいのかい、リカちゃん。
圭一はここにいる誰よりも聡子のことを、その圭一が話すべき時だと判断。
ありがとう。ミオもレナもそれでいいか。
Okay. She saw Rena's firm nod. She made up her mind and did the
よ
same.
し、行くぞ、ミオ。
Okay. We're making a lot of assumptions. Like, the assumption that everybody's thinking the same thing. We're not, probably. The assumption that Rika-chan knows exactly what's best for Satoko. They could... I don't know. We're making the assumption that Chie-sensei is someone that we can trust, even though she's literally not been anything. I don't know her personality, so I don't know. I'm just kind of clicking, so hold on. Training schedule for the name said training going straight home. The principal's sense of justice was too strong. Satoko's problems wouldn't be solved with something so vague. Maybe it was a stroke of good luck that he wasn't here. When the teacher saw Mion and I come in, she closed up her curry bento, saving the rest for later.
そこへおかけなさい。
She told us to take a seat in the chairs directly in front of the principal's. I hadn't sat in this chair since doing the paperwork for transferring in. The two of us sat there uncomfortably before the teacher walked over carrying a notebook and ballpoint pen and sat in front of us.
前原君、今日は午前。
すみません。
本当に？
先生に嘘言っても。
Narrowed her eyes at me in suspicion. I was sure of it. She wanted to talk about Satoko.
まず、二人とも知ってると思いますけど、お友達の北条さんがここしばらくお休みしてますね。
Neither Mion nor I had anything to say in response, so the teacher proceeded, not
何
minding.
か知っています。クラスで良くない噂をしている人たちがいます。
Mion looked down and remained silent as though she were being lectured. She sent me a quick glance. Everyone had made up their minds. They'd be leaving things to me.
委員長？前原君も先生は別に怒ってる。もしも知っていたら教えてほしい。
先生、先にこっちから質問してもいいですか？
She must not have anticipated that response. She looked surprised.
クラス中で聡子のどんな、仮にその噂が真実だったとして、
どうするもこうするも。
放っておけないって、具体的にはどう放っておけないんですか？
Since his eyebrows shot out, maybe I said it like I was trying to pick a fight.
前原君、先生は真面目に
先生こそ、俺はすごく真面目な話をしている。まず答えてください。真実だったとして、どう放っておけないんです？
What kind of roundabout... This chapter is real weird. I don't know what it is with this chapter, but it's like what the F is going on? Like every second. Like it's like why?
まず
This is like a confirmation, right? If someone's like, where has your dog been, right? I've heard rumors that he's dead, but I wanted to ask you to make sure that you're all right. And then you're like, well, what would you do if he was? And then it's like, that's a confession. That's like,
状
definitely,
況を
yes,
確
my
かめ
dog
るた
died.
めに北条さんの家を家庭訪問します。
I have to visit here just to confirm
お
the
じに
situation.
怒鳴りつけられて、まあいいや、仮におじと聡子に会えたとします。
And then he's given like specifics, like, yeah, the uncle might. God, what
そ
the
れで
heck?
そして真意を聞きます。
How are you gonna go back on your answer now? Like, oh, never mind. I just wanted to know, just
その
hypothetically.
事実が確認できたなら、
指導って曖昧な言い方、具体的には何をするんですか？
Despite my tone being so provocative, Chie Sensei bit back her emotions and listened calmly. I thought that she was a good teacher. Chie Sensei really did have her students' best interests at heart, but she didn't have the power or authority to save Satoko. She let her sense of justice run away with her. The situation could get even more complex. Sensei folded her arms, and for a few moments she closed her eyes as though mentally concentrating. Then when they opened again, there was a strictness in her eyes I had never seen before. The law called the Child Welfare Law clearly states that abuse against children will not be allowed no matter who it is. So it would seem. Then what?
沖宮の生活相談所、さっき前原くんは追い返されると言いましたね。この相談所の職員は必要、恫喝には絶対に屈しません。
How many days would it take for you after you contact the social worker to submit the paperwork for her to be saved? Be the same day. Their job is to guarantee immediate safety of children. And know that. That's if they decide there's an urgent need. If they didn't, then they'd do the same as you. They'd go from there and just wait and see, right? They'd just watch. It would make Satoko's uncle's mood sour, and Satoko would be stuck with him there. Kei-chan, that's going a little too far. I think you screwed everything up when you were like, what would you do if Satoko was getting beat up by her uncle? Not lying, am I? Oh, last year before, whatever. That's exactly what happened when the child welfare people came, isn't it? And what happened then? You and Sensei would know about that a lot better than I would. Said too much. I didn't need Mion to tell me that. I was talking crazy, itching for a fight. I was supposed to be telling her about the situation only after I was sure we could save Satoko, but I basically told her everything right from the start. I know! That's why I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Chie Sensei looked at the clock, stood up, and picked up the phone at the principal's
もし
seat.
もし、内線の3455をお願いします。
いいの？ケイちゃん、本当に大丈夫かな？
Correct me if I'm wrong, but Hontoni is really, right? Are you really sure, or are you trying to figure out different ways to use Hontoni? But I remember watching K-On! And pairing that word to really as well. I don't know. Not like I'm trying to learn Japanese or anything. It's just interesting that I've noticed that every single time that really pops up. We could only pray.
お世話になっ、ひなみ沢文庫教諭の千恵と申しますが、指導室の渡辺主事はいらっしゃいますでしょ。はい、ええ。ちょっと急用がございまして、至急、はい、お願いします。緊急とお伝えください。よろしくお願いします。
She put down the phone and tilted her head back and took a deep breath like I always did.
二人にもう一度、クラスのみんなの噂はすべて本当なんですね。
はい。俺は昨日、聡子の家に行って、実際にどういうことになっているのか見まし。
あとは先生に任せてください。
Chie Sensei gonna get murdered. That's why she has a sprite. It's because they're gonna kill her.
さとこちゃんはきっと先生が何とかします。
なんとか？いい加減なことを言わないでください。なんとかじゃない。
Am I about to go off on my
絶対で
teacher?
なければな。もしもまた様子見なんてことになったら、先生はどう責任を取るつもりですか？
Feeling the phone ring. Chie Sensei snatched up the receiver first.
もしもし
Receiver first.
研修中申し訳、はい、実は例の方、はい、
Sensei waved us away, telling us we could leave now. Man went to leave, but I held my ground. I had a responsibility to make sure she stopped saying such vague, ambiguous things. And if it didn't look like she was going to say anything substantial, then I'd tell them the truth, even if I had to steal the phone from her.
はい。まだ確認はしていませんが、クラスの子の話では相当な様子です。
すぐにだ。
It's not just pretty bad. Do something
今す
about
ぐ
it.
なんとかしろ。
If you're going to report it, I don't care
で
who
も
you
な、
tell.
もしも様子見なんてことになってみろ。ただじゃ済まさないからだ。
I yelled angrily at Sensei and the principal on the other end. I wanted to somehow, some way, convey to them just how dangerous the situation was right now.
それはちゃんと伝えますから。委員長、前原くんを連れて教室に戻りなさい。
はい。行くよ、ケイちゃん。あとは先生たちに任せよう。
絶対だぞ。
So the very last moment, I glared at Sensei. Now I'm crazy. I'm literally crazy. Sensei was being pressured by the likes of me. Idiot, this isn't the time to feel pressured. And that's the time when you give me a firm nod that'll set my mind at ease. Even so, we've already left things in her hands. At this point, we really can't do anything but pray. Dang, Mion shut the door to the teacher's lounge. Halfway point. Halfway? End? I don't know. I think I like the first, out of all the chapters, the first one was the best chapter. Like, I'm talking like broad chapters, like we're on chapter 3 right now. Oh, that's the end. Oh, yeah, that's right, because we played through the first one. Let's read the tips then. Did we read tips before? I don't remember, but we're reading tips now. Article 2, definition of child abuse. The term child abuse means the following acts committed by a custodian, meaning a person who exercises parental authority or a guardian of a minor person and currently engaged in the custody of a child. Hereinafter, the same shall apply against a child, meaning a person who is under 18 years of age. Hereinafter, the same shall apply. Assault the child in any manner or is likely to cause external injury to the body of a child, engage in indecency towards the child, or cause the child to engage in indecency, substantially reduce the amount of food for the child, or abandon or neglect the child for a long period of time in a manner that may interfere with normal development of child mentally, physically, or otherwise materially fail to perform the duty of a custodian, or speak or behave in a manner that would be insignificantly traumatic to the child. Article 3, prohibition of child abuse. No person shall abuse a child. Act number 82 of 2000. That was just child abuse is bad. Alright, let's go to the next one. I don't know. Year 19. Principal abusers in cases reported to the Ministry of Health and Welfare. Total number 5,352. Mother by blood. Kind of soothing, the noise. They're not by blood. So what are we looking at here? Year 19. Okay. Got it. Father by blood. Sure. It was giving me the statistics of how many people get abused. Reported 5,000. Physical abuse 2,780. Neglect, abandonment of child 1,728. Psychological. Forbidden from going to school 75 5 people, 1.4%. Sexual violence, 5.8%. Playing scary music there. Was that insinuating that sexual violence had taken place against Satoko? That would be a weird turn that the game wouldn't need to take if that's the case. So this one was like child abuse is bad, and this one was like, here are all the people that got abused and what they were abused by. I think that's what that was. It's just a statistic of how many things of abuse were reported. All right, we could play a little bit more. Get on with it. The die of fate had been cast. Reporting to a public agency, which we'd kept being warned could result in something far worse for Satoko if we didn't have the evidence first. And just like that, I had failed. I had let my emotions get the better of me in that moment. Maybe I should have stayed silent and left everything to Mion, since she had been relatively calm. I remembered the punishment game where we had to badmouth Curry and how me saying anything would have made it worse, and Satoko told us to leave the talking to her. Maybe it was the same thing here. I was impulsive, so maybe I should have just shut the door, or shut up and looked at the floor. Jesus. But it was too late to lament it. Is this a new song? It's slightly familiar. But the style of the song is like the same, so maybe it just sounds similar to another song. The die I had thrown wouldn't be coming back into my hands. All we could do was pray for something good to happen.
ケイイチ君はだからね。
俺にできる、本当に俺が死に物狂いに精一杯だったら、サトコを夕べのそうならなかったってことは、俺は
もう考えるのはケイイチ君、そんな調子じゃケイイチ君まで倒れちゃう。
Just leave me alone. I left her with those words. I feel like I'm disconnected with the character in this chapter. Because I'm always like, why would you do that? Like, oh, my friends that care about me, as far as I know, are like trying to be there for me. Leave me alone. I don't want to talk to you. I'm gonna be over here. The public agency intervened and solved everything within the day. They acknowledged the abuse and guarantee her safety. After lunch break, our afternoon classes were mostly self-study. The teacher came back to the classroom occasionally, but then the phone in the lounge would ring and she'd have a long conversation with the caller. Everyone in class got the feeling they knew what those phone calls were about. Sensei came trotting back from the classroom.
何度も電話では今日委員長号令起立
It looked like me and Sensei had been wearing a dark expression ever since after lunch break. It wasn't a very relieving expression. It wouldn't be. Even if Sensei 100% understood the situation and passionately explained it to the other person. At the end, the Child Consolation Center, as a public agency, would be the ones to decide whether to get her to safety. Sensei understood that as well as us, and that's why she looked so unreliable right now.
ケイちゃん、部活する気も起きないでしょ。
みーちゃん、部活は誰がかけても面白くないよ。
There's no fun for us if someone is missing. Leon's given the demon, the almost demon look. Just saying. If the teacher expression had shown more promise, then maybe we could have gone home more comfortably. But I couldn't let myself feel relieved. I couldn't be naive and tell myself all I can do is pray, and that now the dice have been cast. Just in case they didn't get her to safety and decided to wait and see again, I needed to take further measures. We've asked the people who could do something official already. There was one more place that was worth asking for help. I might laugh it off, or I might be right, and I could be endangering my own life, but I'd try.
今日さ、お前漫画少しまとめ狩りしたいんだけどな。
いいけど。
There's an ominous meaning behind my words, and Mion realized what I really meant right away. I wanted to talk about something alone. That's what I meant.
早く帰ろ
And I already had her shoes on, was waving to us from the schoolyard. Okay. Mion's house was gigantic in every way imaginable. The house itself was a vaguely old-fashioned, traditional Japanese house, but the yard, the plot of land, was enormous. It was easily convinced me they were major landowners, Yamizawa under their thumb. So there's not a fence with, like, cameras in this one? Mion brought me to the guest room, and a servant brought us some tea.
へえ、さすが金持ち
I
だな。
mean, they're all different realities. That's the thing. It's like none of these connect. Oh, it's so... like I start a new game every time. Wow, you really are rich,
お
huh?
手伝いさんなんか雇ってるのかよ。
私とバッチャしか私だけじゃやってけないよ。
Servant left telling us it was 5 o'clock, then withdrew with soft footsteps.
週に 2,3 回ね。バッチャの 3,4 人がローテーションで入ってくれてるんで、大抵毎日夕方までだけど、あ、宴会とかがあって人手が欲しい時にはベッドに呼んでるんだけどさ。
Have all the money to hire all these people, then just takes Satoko in. I glared at her as I thought that. Mion seemed to catch on immediately.
いいよ。金の問題じゃないことは分かってるからな。
先に言っとくけど、私に自由にできるお金はそこだけは誤解しないでほしい。
It kind of looked like I was bullying her. It looks like you were bullying all of your friends. Mion had been apologizing to me a lot lately. Yeah, because you're being a jerk most of the time. Mion, the sort of person that would do that this much? No. Maybe it's because you're a jerk.
でさ、
Sorry, I'm out here real salty. about... I'm real salty about how my character is like, what the?
なんか話があったんじゃない
He just goes off on people. What's up? You had to talk about something, right?
ミオンにかなり突然な話でミオンは面食らうかもしれないが、先に逃げ道を渡しておくな。仮に本当だったとしてしらばっくれててもいい。だけれど最後まで鬼ヶ淵村御三家の今や筆頭家、その次期当主の
First, Mion looked like she had no idea what I was saying, but at hearing the whole sentence, putting it together, she reacted.
どこで聞いたの？
それは関係ないことだ。
I asked you about it, Joe.
ケイちゃんが鬼ヶ淵村の名を知ってることだけでも驚きだけど、私についていろいろとあることないことを知ってさ。
ああ、あること。俺が勘違いしてるだけなのかもしれん。でも、そしてもしも本当なんだったら、
ケイちゃんが何の話をしようとしてるかわからないけど、とにかくケイちゃんは、だからできるなら私はケイちゃんの話も聞きたくない。聞いても何も叶えてあげられないからね。でも話すことでケイちゃんの肩が少しでも軽く、本当に聞くだけ。何も起こらないよ。それでもいいね。
ああ。
You warned me that doing so would be fruitless, as that much was obvious. Did I just solve it in this one? Stuff about... Oh, yeah, sure. It sounds curious.
ここには解決しながらも全体で見れば不可解な
This man is gonna do exactly what I thought they were gonna do. This man is gonna ask the main family, Mion Sonozaki, to kill the uncle.
でも一つだけそれは必ず村の宮
みたいだね。
She didn't have to admit it. For now, I just wanted her to stay quiet and
あ
listen
さ
to
って
me.
だろ渡名今年のたたりの犠牲者ってさもう決まってるのか
Man, I called this. I was like, dude, we should just kill him. And what the F is happening right now? Oh my goodness. Dude, talk about psychic tuba out here.
あごめんな
I thought that they were gonna invite me to the demon club and then be like, let's kill him first. But it looks like my character just figured it out somehow in this one. Like he goes, he finally puts together the information
質
that
問
like
しちゃ変だよな
like almost by himself too. He just smiled faintly and
も
listened
し
to
も
me.
今年のたたりが里子のおじじゃなかっただって去年は順番から言えば決しておかしく
そうだね。そういう順序もあるね。
第一あいつ去年のたたりでおばが死んだ後そんなやつもろに親父の今年のたたりに選んでも不足はないはずだぜ
そうだね。今年のたたりであいつが死んでも多分みんな納得するね。
俺聞いたんだ親代様のたたりってのはその
No matter how I looked at it, I wasn't sure whether I should continue.
ひなみ沢連続開始事件、通称親代様のたたりは園崎家が主導で御三家が起こしている村ぐるみの事件だ。
別に俺それにミオンが関わってるとかただもしもそういうたたりを決めている連中里子のおじをたたりに選ぶように言ってほしいだけなんだ頼む
ケイちゃんの言ってる内容はさっきからひなみ沢連続開始事件が園崎家主導の事件なんだとしたらそれじゃあ主犯格は私ってことで私がたたりを決め指示をし何人も殺めて消したことにケイちゃんは私を人殺し呼ばわりするんだ。
だから言ってるじゃないかミオンが連続殺人の主犯だろうと無関係だろうとたとえミオンが殺人犯だって俺の親友であることにはそれでも全然警察に追われたら助けてやる
Please just trust me and be like, oh, you're a
お
demon.
前のアリバイを作ってやるし逃走だって助けてやる
I'm angry enough this chapter to freaking...
仲間で親友だからだそうだろ
Didn't look surprised for a while. She was dumbfounded.
いきなり共犯宣言ケイちゃんかなり大胆。
いいから話の佐藤のおじを今年のたたりに
ケイちゃんストップそろそろご飯の準備をしたいから今日は
ミオン
I realized my cheeks were wet with tears. I slid down my cheek and fell drip drop onto the tatami mat.
最初から言ってるとケイちゃんは大きな勘違い。親代様のたたりはたとえ人間の起こした事件であったにせよそれは
ああそれは分かっているさ
だからケイちゃんの必死の訴えには胸を私が叶えてあげたくそれもわかるね。
あ
でもケイちゃんの気持ちは痛いくらいに分かったよ。もしも本当に私がケイちゃんの言うように御三家を操って毎年の犠牲者をきっと私はケイちゃんの願いを
ミオン
でも現実は違う。私はただの園崎美音。確かに園崎家はいろいろな意味で悪い噂連続開始事件とは何の関係もない。ダム闘争では確かに少々過激な抵抗もしたけれど人殺しなんて大それたこと。
そんなせめて今だ嘘でもいいうなずいてくれればいいじゃないか
ケイちゃん夢を見るのは勝手。私がここでうなずいてみせればケイちゃんは里子があさっての夜に解放されると信じて肩のでも無情にも里子の叔父はあさっての夜も超える。来週になっても再来週になっても居続ける。それを覚悟してね。私は綿流しの次の日に
ミオン
Okay.
ミオさんかな ケイちゃんにそんな話を吹き込んだのは
Mio.
この人ひなみ沢をいい感じに誤解してるか。まあ本人が一人で楽しんでる分にはいいんだけど、ケイちゃんを感化するのはやれやれ、これだからよそ者は。
This is why Takano and Tomitaki are gonna die.
関係ないからな。
はいはい。でも安心して。仮にミオさんがケイちゃんに喋ったと分かったって、別にミオさんが今年のたたりに選ばれ、そもそも今年もたたりがあるか。あんなの不幸な偶然が。
聞いてくれて、もしもミオンが連続事件と謝っておくな。
そうだね。謝っておいてくれるかな。
Okay. And said she didn't have much time, but still brought me to the gate. She said she had a meeting something today about Sunday's Watanagashi festival, so there would be a lot of people from the town council and a festival committee meeting. Despite her day being so busy, she still listened to what I had to say.
天に神様がいるならきっとケイちゃんの。
あ、今日は変な話をして、今日の話はなかったことにしてくれていい？
うん、忘れておくよ。
じゃあ明日な。
バイバイ。
I'd really only spend a short time with Mion. Talking to her made me think. It was clear that what Takano-san had told me at least wasn't a complete fabrication. Mion was really, really connected to the incidents, and she probably wouldn't have listened to me so quietly. Or really unconnected. He heard me out until I was done making any quips, and wanted to think that was... And I wanted to think that was proof. Didn't feel like I was grasping at straws. Of course, thinking back on it, it was a terrible thing to discuss. When I went to my friend's house, called her a serial murderer, and then told her to kill Satoko's uncle. I was the only one talking that whole time. Jan quietly listened to everything I had to say like a pastor listening to a confession. She could have gotten angry partway through, told me off and to go wash my face in miso soup and come back later. She didn't. Is that proof that Mion's family, the Sonozaki, were masterminds? Was she just listening to me because she felt sorry for me going kind of crazy? Kind of? I didn't know which it was, but it was the one effort that I could make at the moment. Another form of insurance. Should worse come to worse and the public agency decided to wait and see. A completely useless resistance, literally grasping at straws. Sensei said that if she reported it to the child concessions that they'd have to respond on the same day. Could they already be in the middle of responding to it now? If Satoko came to school tomorrow morning all energetic, then everything would have just been a needless fear. Why couldn't tomorrow come faster? That night was unusually hot and humid, and I couldn't get to sleep. I said all that to Sensei. They couldn't possibly decide to wait and see again this year. Satoko, what was it like for her tonight? Had she tasted the end of her nightmare, enjoying a night of liberation? I actually put my hands together and prayed into my futon. I don't know if you should be praying. I don't think that's who's on your side right now. I think we're friends with the demons. It's out of my head. I just wanted to make a song reference. It's not at all. Okay. Good morning. Hi.
よかった。今日もお寝坊かと思った。昨日はおばさまには先に行ったって言われるし、途中で日射病で倒れちゃったのか。
へいへい。昨日は心配かけて申し訳ございませんで。
Hey, good morning.
みーちゃん。
Do people I mean, I guess that's a stupid question. I was like, do people really speak English in their native states? Because over here, it's like weird to like just switch to a different language and be like, hey, like Ohio, I guess, is like weird. That's weird. Why would you do that? I mean, yeah, I understand you, but it's like, come on. There isn't. I'm just nitpicking at this point.
打ち合わせ会なんて名ばかりの宴会だよ。 毎年やってるお祭りだもん。今さら小難しい打ち合わせなんかないし。
今日の午後はやっぱりお祭りのお手伝いに行くのかな。
うん。バッチャの代わりにいろいろ挨拶しなきゃ。それにね、祭りってのは準備からもう始まってるからね。
Morning conversation was lighthearted as usual. It looked like Mian had been thankfully forgotten about how I'd barged into her house yesterday with that crazy talk. The more I think back on it, I felt like I really said something terrible to her. I was really thoughtless, and it wouldn't have been weird if she yelled at me. It was highly possible Takano-san had exaggerated her story. Well, she's about to die. She's about to, like, R.I.P. with Tomitaki-san. I think that our comrade and friend Mian, the young leader of the Sonozakis and three families effectively controlling Hinamizawa, was pulling the strings behind the serial death incidents was a little unbelievable. But if there was even 1% chance that it was true, and what I said yesterday to Mian might have been a success. Did Takano-san fully tell us that it's like, oh, they might be connected to the murders? Because didn't she just tell us, like, the history and, like, what the three families were and, like, why they... I can't remember. Now that I think about it, maybe she just told us everything and we just spilled that information to Mian so she can kill them. Well, yes, it was no more than 100, but my character did suggest the thing that I predicted he wanted, which was to kill the uncle. So, I don't know. But then Satoko's still going to be sad about her uncle, probably. Knowing this game. She's going to be like, why did you do that to my uncle? I don't know. Or she'll just get demoned away. I'm trying to predict too much. After yesterday ended, I was sure I'd done everything I possibly could. If there was something else I could do, it was probably just to clap my hands and pray that Satoko's uncle would be killed by the curse.
Satoko, 今日は来ているといいな。
This is a weird situation in which, like, I'm wishing for someone's death.
そうだね。先生がいろいろと手配してくれたんでしょ。うん。きっと大丈夫だよ。
ひなみざわ地区の民生委員が私のおばさんなんだけどさ、ゆうべ電話して聞いてみたよ。
へえ、みーちゃんのおばさんって民生委員さんなんだね。それで、さとこちゃんのことなんて言ってたの？
うん。先生があの後、直接担当の職員さんがゆうべのうちに訪問したらしい。私のおばさんにも今後定期的に
小難しい話はいいよ。それより、さとこはどうなったんだよ。
おばさんはそこまでは知らず、本来はこういうのって秘密。おばさんが私に話してくれたのも十分に倫理違反なんだしさ。
くそ、帰って不安。
行こう、学校に。
Right, discussing this more would just make us feel worse. It was far quicker to go to school and see if Satoko was safe or not. The three of us nodded and ran off. Was Satoko safe? What measures had the child consultation center taken? I didn't care as long as we could go back to our... Okay. You're not gonna go back to your life. Rena took a peek in Satoko's shoe cubby.
さとこちゃんの靴あるよ、あるよ。ケイチくん、よかった。
生きてるだけじゃわからないだろ。さとこの顔を見るまで何もわかるものか。
Trotted towards the classroom. The classroom was lively as it usually was in the morning.
さとこ、
Should we end it here?
どこだ。
みー、ここにちゃんといますですよ。朝っぱらから騒々しいですわね。少しはお静かになさいませ。さとこちゃん、大丈夫だった？
All of our friends crowded Satoko says, "Oh, I'm excited." See, I can't end it right there because I also have to end it whenever you guys end it because I do these daily because I think it's more interesting that way. If I end it there, then I'm gonna be fucking cliffhanged as well. I can't do that.
あのさ、さとこ。
It's a skill. It really is. To just end the episode.
家で
呼んだのはどなたですの？まったくどんな騒ぎでしたのよ。
I swear it was quite a mess, you know.
先生であれだけ欠席すりゃ心配もする。
Sadoko said, I told you I'm fine under her breath.
私もおじさまもとんだ迷惑でしたのよ。急にあんなに人に押しかけられて、もう。
It was a big bother to both me and my uncle. That person just barged in on us suddenly. Jeez.
みんなさとこ迷惑だなんて。
ああ、もうとにかくそれでどうなったんだよ。
どうもこうもしません。風邪が治ったから学校に来ただけのことですのよ。これからはあんまりお休みして心配をかけないようにしないといけませんわね。
All right, we're gonna end it here because I know my character's about to get pissed off, and then I'm gonna be pissed off. He's gonna be like, Satoko, how freaking dare you say that? You know, he's gonna, I don't know. I could just imagine Keiichi doing something like that. So I'm gonna end it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the episode, please hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. I think that it's weird because I don't know. I'm kind of like I don't know what this feeling that I have is. It's like frustration that like my character's like distressed, and like I know that like he's kind of that way, and he's always kind of like outbursted at people. But I don't know. I guess a lot of this is just to show that Keiichi is like really invested in being Satoko's like brother, or like protector, I guess, to the point of like criminal activity. We've also kind of confronted Mion, which is interesting, even though she was like, "How dare you?" Well, I mean, she didn't really like. She was actually kind of nice about it, which makes me. They're not gonna kill Satoko's uncle. I think that would be too easy. I think it would be too easy if after Watanagashi happened, the uncle died. That'd be too easy. I think what's gonna happen is Takano and Tomitaki are going to die because of me, and then I'm gonna be really depressed about that or something, and then that's just what's gonna happen. I don't know. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this episode, I already said all this nonsense. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace out, guys.